What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's good? Welcome back once again to the Queen Mimi podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. And we just looked at all our social media while we was opening up our show. And a lot of time has passed. We didn't even realized it had been 2 months since we've been on social media. We just really got back on there doing any of our shows. Like I said, it's the first one we done did in about 2 months. Just been in seclusion, taking a little sabbatical, a little break. We've had a lot that's been going on, and we're not the type to tell our business or really talk about it or how we used to be. Um, we never really wanted to bother or, burden anybody with our little, melodrama and all that stuff and everything we've had going on. And we just felt like nobody was looking or really cared. And we just breaking down what's been going on, dealing with kids, and they issues, our grown kids. Let's point that out. And they issues and everything they done had going on while still, working on healing and getting our life together and, doing all that with Lab. So we've had a whole lot going on and we just got caught up in so much, just, paying bills and, our living situation, relationship, like we just said, kids and, finances and, putting everybody else before ourselves, not really taking care of ourselves in the way that we should. And we always look out for other people. You know what we're saying? We didn't really realize that we can't point to them and, point to ourselves, at the same dang on time. It's just improbable. It's impossible. And we started putting so much on ourselves because we're not as popular as the next person. We're not, as big as the next person. We're not viral, as they call it now, as the next person. We're not getting interviews. Nobody's hitting us up and playing music on our show. We're not doing what the next female or the next man is doing. Anybody from the past or present, we comparing ourselves, doing all that. Like, why? That's not why we got into doing anything that we do at all. That's not the reason. The whole reason was to reach the right people. We had it all wrong. So, and we just looking, on social media and all that stuff, and we like, why can't I do what they doing, or why are we not as popular as them? We spreading positivity. We doing our best to motivate. Just because we Muslim and we follow Islam, we ain't half naked, shaking our behind. Using baby talk, weave and makeup, and we not talking against nobody. We're not doing that at all. But we just saying that's not what we do, and that's what, as y'all already know, a lot of people like to see, and of controversy as well. They like to see that. That's not, what we do, and we just, oh my God, we really felt like we was about to lose our mind, like for real. And that's not even exaggerating. It just, our mental health started spiraling out of control, our anxiety, our depression, everything started kicking in, and we just felt like our body was so like tense and so tight, and just like we had to step back. That it just like hit us in the middle of doing our show. I think it was during Mental Health Awareness Month. Then we did one show on each of our shows, and then we was like, I'm going through it right now. I'm going through the mental health. Get out of here. So you got to step back for a minute. So that's just one of the many reasons. And this show gonna be a little long today, y'all, because we got a lot to talk about. Just one of the many reasons why we had to step back. Helping our oldest daughter that just do not want to listen and just want to let these no good men. And we went through it too, so we not judging them, but we been there, did that, moved on. So we was doing our best to help her financially and our grandson and all that stuff. And we had to just step back, take a step back from her, family. We already cut a lot of business people off because we don't want to be, and we decided this, on anybody else's platform anymore. We're just gonna do our shows on our, platforms, on our social media. That's it. That's all. And we just hope, like we always say, to reach the right people. And of course, our religion, we had to get back on studying that because that's the major glue. That's the major thing that holds us together. Listen to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on a daily basis. That's the main thing that helped us. Everything else does, don't get us wrong, but that's the major thing that helped us is Islam. That helped us to eventually come back. And when we decided to take that break, we're saying we just took our time. We was not on social media at all. We ain't post nothing. That's why y'all ain't seen us. We just had to sit back and take a break and just, what's gonna make you happy? What do you want to do, with your life? What do you want to do with everything you're already doing? With your platforms, with your music, because we are writing new music. Think we mentioned that before, but we actually are writing new music now. We're about 6 songs away from our goal. Then we're gonna start tweaking them and getting them together. Then we about to hop in the studio. We working on a second book. Still working on our shows. About to get back into modeling soon. Doing it the modest way, of course. And of course, we're excited about our new music. We cannot wait. So during our break, we started focusing on that. Getting a schedule together. We down to a wardrobe schedule. We dress a certain way and we wear certain things during the week. An eating schedule. Oh my God, we wish we could show y'all. We start on the exercise schedule. It's been about 4 or 5 weeks since we started, but we already seeing results. And we're gonna make sure we promote this probably next week. But this company called Kiala Greens, don't know if y'all heard of them, but they have this little supplemental thing that you can drink. We've been drinking that as well, and we've been seeing results with that. So we're working on this little tummy of ours, and getting our body back. We're approaching 40, so that was the other major thing. Like, you finna be 40 years old next month. Our 40th birthday is coming up next month, y'all. So, no, we're not where we want to be yet. But Allah's the greatest, we're not where we used to be. We done overcame and came through so much, especially these past couple of years. Oh my God. And we was just like, enough is enough. We are not doing as well as we thought. We still holding ourselves back a little bit. We are still not using our voice like we should be. We have a voice, we have a story, we have a testimony, and we need to make sure we're sharing that. And hi, babe. And we need to make sure we're sharing that. So we was just sitting here like, what in the world are you doing? And you could be doing a whole lot better. We doing the best we can with the situation we in. We just glad we ain't on the streets. We ain't sleeping in no car because we did both of that. That's not fun at all. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. So all that, and we still got a whole bunch more to talk about. We just sitting here beating ourselves up like, you ain't good enough, you ain't worthy enough. And we ain't even talking about people from the past. We doing this to ourselves. Like, you ain't good enough, you ain't worthy. Like, well, what the hell are you doing? Like, you need to be doing what they doing. You go goddamn break yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be a little harder, be a little skeezer. No, that didn't work. Absolutely not. And we saying that because we was comparing ourselves. That's why we bringing that up. But yeah, that first couple weeks we took that break. The light within us that we always claimed we had was not as bright as we thought. And that was things that we was doing and things that we were, saying to ourselves. It was nothing that anybody else was saying. It really had nothing to do with anybody else. It was just us wanting to do better so damn bad and wanting to be better so bad. And we gotta learn to be patient. That's something that we have to learn. And we're getting better at it. We're getting better at it. Keep working. Everything you're doing. Your exercise. We started like a little skincare thing. We're working on our hair and our nails. So we're seeing results with everything so far. So that's a beautiful thing. But we have to remind ourselves it ain't gonna happen overnight. We got to keep going and keep doing what we're doing, and we're gonna get there. What did our husband just say? That's right. Yes, baby. That's right. And this is our husband, y'all. He can attest to everything we've been saying because we even told him that we've been going through some stuff. We couldn't figure out what it was. Now we know. And like we said, we sharing it with y'all. So yeah, he can tell y'all better than anybody. Because he around us damn near 24/7 shoot. But yeah, that had to happen. Our brain and our body was just like, sit the hell down somewhere. Take you a little break. TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Ain't none of that going nowhere. You need to take care of yourself. You always taking care of everybody else around you. You doing for everybody else around you. Don't nobody check and see if you good though. Nobody check and see if you need anything. You know, we can count on one hand people that do that. And that's cool. Because we've never really been in no big circle like that. And we like it like that. That's less drama and our name is in less people's mouths, all that good stuff. So we're not complaining at all. But people that don't even check on you, don't support you, don't motivate you, don't want to see you do better, they only call you when they need something, had to get rid of all that. That drains people's energy. And we know people know this. You can't convince us at this age that people don't know what they're doing. So we're sitting here letting other people drain us. And yes, we said our kids. Yeah, and other things that's going on around us, wanting approval, wanting a blessing, wanting everybody to accept and understand. And that sound like it's so weak. And we know that in us. Like we said, our husband can tell you, we know that in us. We don't need y'all approval. Look, you support, you support. We go viral, we go viral. We don't. Our ultimate mission is still to teach and share our stories, scream our voice. Well, we can't scream right now, we're in this hotel room, but scream our voice and make it loud, man. Everybody ain't gonna gravitate to it, especially when you on a whole different path. You know what we're saying? And that's okay. We say no, 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 LOL. What LOL what, baby? But everybody ain't gonna gravitate to you, man. Everybody ain't gonna support, especially when you're doing things the right way and you being different and all that stuff. They not. And we sit here like, why? You know what I'm saying? We know why. We figure all that out. Because we're not doing what everybody else is doing. We're not uh thirsty for that attention. We're not thirsty for that approval. We're not thirsty to even be popular. We actually what they call an introvert. We stay to ourselves, and our husband can back us up on that as well. We don't talk to a lot of people. Our phone stay dry. It stay dry as hell, and that's fine. Because that's less people we got to deal with. Less people that's gonna be using us. Just hit us up when they need something. We're not dealing with that no more. And you know what? At this point, we'll be a villain. We'll be the bad guy. We'll be the so-called, he listening to this, so-called deadbeat mom. Whatever, so say y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we decided we want to wake up and save our life or do something different and actually not continue to be a slave and not work a regular 9 to 5 because we do DoorDash and all that stuff. Because we decided to do something different. We don't want to be like y'all. And with the examples that was in front of us, yeah, we not doing all that. So over these past 2 months, I think we just mentioned this already. We got ourselves on a workout schedule. What else? On a little dress schedule. And by that we mean we pick certain days out the week to where like our Muslim our favorite word. What's our favorite word? We pick certain things to wear out the week. Sunday we'll wear, we wear a hairpiece every day of the week. And we wear like, one of our Muslim, dresses and stuff. And then we'll do our business wear. Then we'll do the casual. Then Wednesday we normally off. We'll, do the full, A1 jewelry, all that stuff. So just to feel good and feel good in our skin and be comfortable and not worry about what people think. Because that's one reason why we was dressing casual. Like, these people gonna be looking at us like, who the hell she thinks she is? Like, coming in here loving herself and having confidence with her head up. Like, yeah, why not? Why not? Shoot, we do love ourselves. And we, like we said, when we do that, hell, we don't need no approval or no blessing from nobody. So yeah, start dressing up a little bit. No, that's not. Wait, no, that's not. That's one of our favorite words, baby. That's one of our favorite words. We can't say them other. Y'all get the point. But that's one of our favorite words, and I don't know why baby, that's not funny. He got to come back home. He got to come back home. We gonna leave that alone. But we have other favorite words, baby. Anywho, we messing with our husband right now, y'all. But anywho, we also put ourselves like on a little eating schedule, and finance. What else? We got everything taped on the wall. What makes us happy? Studying, our work schedule, all that stuff. But that's on the outside. Our journey so far has been a healing one. Has been, things that we've been going through personally. We've been feeling, burnout, and change needed to come. We definitely need to grow a lot in every area of our life, especially with Islam. We got to make sure we stay going with that no matter what we do or where we go. And our husband know, we're going to talk to him no matter what we do. We said this on our show already. That's helped literally save our life. We was literally on the verge of death. And we know our husband don't want this, but we want to know Islam was the right version. If it weren't for him showing us and allowing him to do that. But we the ones really had to put in the work. That's just like somebody give you an opportunity. You be like, I don't want to do that. That's not a driver. We got to do all that work and walk over here and blah, blah, blah. What's that phrase? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Hope we said that correctly. But it's something like that. He could have gave us, he didn't have to do that. We could have said no. We could have been like, I don't want it, but just let me get back on my feet and I'll be out your way. But no, we realized what a lot of people don't want to admit. We didn't have all the answers. We didn't have it all together. We didn't. And you know what? That don't mean we bad person. That don't mean we stupid. We just didn't know. We didn't know better. And that's something that we had to learn. Ain't nothing wrong with taking, a little advice here and there, as long as it's right. It's gonna help you be better. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's something we had to learn. And it's something that we still learning. So we just was uncertain about a lot of things. We was not getting rest like we need to be. And we lost pieces of ourselves. We did. And that's a part of life. If you open to it, you're gonna grow, you're gonna change, you're gonna evolve, but you gotta be open to it and just be like, look, this ain't it. I gotta do better than this. What do I want? Like, I don't feel fulfilled. Guess that would be the appropriate word to use. And you got to be real with yourself. You saying here lying to everybody else, that's one thing, but we don't do that anyway. Anybody that know us, and this another thing our husband probably need to say is we gonna give it to you 1,000%. We ain't finna sugarcoat it like we kumbaya and everybody hold hands. Hey, look here, you finna sit here and feel sorry for yourself and keep complaining. You got a plan? Do you have a plan? If not, then what the hell are you complaining for? We did the same thing, but we sitting here, we cried, fell down on our knees, all that stuff, and then we sitting here like, okay, we done got that out of the way. What's the next step? Ain't nothing wrong with crying or feel like you done failed or whatever. Or you look at your life and you got a couple complaints, you know what I'm saying? But if you ain't got no plan, shut up. Yeah, we just being real. Shut up. Sit down and stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? So we just, oh boy, we had to get a whole lot of things together, and we still are. We still are. We ain't out the woods yet. We just got a lot stronger. What can we say? A lot wiser and a lot better with everything that's going on in our life, and we've gotten a lot more peace, a lot more clarity, especially in our dreams. We've been having some weird, crazy ones, but there's some meaning behind them, so we're not complaining. In our subconscious, when we, know what I'm saying, awake, all that, and you got to wake up. That's what we sitting there like. We felt like we was losing our light, ourself, who we were, helping everybody else, and not pouring into ourself enough. Said this already, that is draining as hell. And we did have to. Hell, I guess we had to hide for a minute. And that's okay. We had to hide for a minute and get our light back, get ourselves back. Remember who the hell we are and who we belong to. We had to get all that back. And then we made a promise to ourselves, like when you go back, even in the beginning when we first took our little break, when you go back, don't look for no approval. Do not look for no approval. Don't look for no blessing. Get on here, reach the right people, and we will. That's why we doing it. We've never, even in school, been popular. We got into everything, especially when we first left Florida. We thought we was gonna blow up and be famous and be better for our kids and be a better mom. And even our kids told us like, "Mom, we don't need you to do all that." They were angry at first when we were gone, which is understandable. We were angry when we were taken from our mom, being in foster care. So we understand where they was coming from. But even talking to our youngest son a couple of weeks ago, he was like, I understand, why you left, Ma, because our intentions, anybody that knows us, we know we're a wife, like our husband already said. We sarcastic, but we don't take nothing from nobody, but we do have a good heart. We like to think we're a good person. We ain't perfect, we never will be, but we like to think we're a good person. We'll help anybody, especially teach. That's never been a problem. And just give them a ride, give them some money, give them some food, whatever. We don't like people expect things in return. That's nah. We're not doing that. We will like to think that someone will help us, and people have. When we down and out, and going through whatever we going through. But leaving Florida and leaving our kids, our intentions were always pure. We were always gonna come back to them and have them come to us, and we just that's why we went through what we went through these past couple of months. We just wanted to be better, for everybody else, and take better care of them and be there for them and show up for them. And once again, we forgot to do all them same things for ourselves. We absolutely did. We got to make sure we show up for ourselves. We approve and we fall in love and we love on ourselves. And we just breathe. And just get back into it. So, we just had to make sure and just do them same things for ourselves. I apologize, y'all. This Wi-Fi is garbage here. So got cut off for a second. But anywho, we had to remember and to focus on doing them same things for ourselves. Like we said, loving on ourselves, falling in love with ourselves, showing up for ourselves, pulling out, the best part of ourselves. And we get compliments when we be out dashing, working or whatever. But that's not why we doing that. People just don't even know, like, if we could break it down without crying, of course, if we could break it down, we healing. We pulling out the best part of ourselves, even on the days we don't feel like it. Like we said, we not all the way out the woods yet, but we getting there. And you know what? That's okay. We was hiding that because y'all know how I go. Lay low, keep your head down, work, don't say nothing, don't bother nobody. You'll get to where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't stand out, just blend in, don't be yourself, don't be an individual, be a follower, not a leader. That's the mentality we had. We just blend in, lay low, duck down, we'll be all right. No, we was wrong. Cause as we was on our little, break or whatever, our light didn't go nowhere. It was dim, like we said earlier, but our light didn't go nowhere. And yeah, we got one. I said, well, what the heck she mean? Being who we are, being authentically righteous, outspoken, share our story, share our journey, give whatever teaching and whatever advice we can, just authentically be ourselves. And who we are is a righteous Muslim, first and foremost. Everything else follows suit. Yes, that's what we represent. That's who we stand for. And we said that 100 times on our show. All of them. And we are not straying away from that. So if that's not for anybody, we understand. Please believe that. We don't want to network or connect with anybody that's uncomfortable or they, a different, going down a different path, doing their own thing, whatever it is. Hey, we applaud anybody, do you. But this is what we doing over here. Yeah, we still healing. We still going through everything that we got going on. But hey, at least we realized it. We had the balls to stand up and share our journey and realize, okay, you got to this level. Now it's time to get up here. And we got to put in some work in every area. We're seeing results already, like we said earlier. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing. Shoot, we're not going to ain't going to stop now. We got to keep going. We give ourselves probably about 3-4 months with everything we got going on. Exercise, not skincare and all that. We're going to see some results and we cannot wait. I don't know if it's going to be by our 40th birthday, but you know what? We're going to see some improvement and something as we from better than nothing. We got to step up and exercise, drinking a lot more water, taking care of ourselves, all that. So we didn't have to hide. We didn't have to go into this little hole and, diminish or dumb down who we are, what we want to do, what we represent. And that popularity, all that crap is overrated. Everybody wants to be seen and be heard and all this stuff, and everybody be all in your business. It's like you have no privacy, you can't live your life, and honestly, that ain't something we want. We want to do what we do, make money, of course, and just lay low, which is why we're glad we don't talk to a lot of people. So, we had to reflect, take our time, get things organized, and we even got some things out of here. Where we are now, we got us a little storage, we did all that. You got too much clutter around you, you got too much clutter within you. You need to straighten that up a little bit. And now we can breathe and move and, do a little more than what we've been doing. Every little step, it always counts. So if anybody's out there being hard on yourself, just take a little break. Take 5 minutes and just breathe if you have to. You know what we're saying? And you don't like your life? You don't like what's going on? Check every area of it. Your religion, your diet, people you hanging around, people you call your family, your friends, business, personal, whatever. Take a look at it and, start working on it. Only person that can change that is you. And there's another thing we learned. You sitting around waiting for other people to wake up and change your life, you're going to be waiting forever. Okay, so you need to get up. You don't like it, remove yourself. You don't like a certain thing, change it, do it different. You'll see some results. And there's something, like we said, we have to remind ourselves of. We got to be patient, keep going. We're seeing results. And I'm saying we're going to get there. So one of the major things we released, and we about to take a break, y'all, and we survived this year, is pleasing other people. That's the first thing that popped into our head. Pleasing other people, being there for them, and not pouring enough into ourselves. We come, rewind. Allah, Elijah Muhammad, then us. Then everybody else comes after us. Make sure we say that correctly. So when we say put ourselves first, we put ourselves before other people, never before our God and our messenger. So let's make that clear. But to put ourselves first, because we do matter. We are worthy. We are just as important as the next female, as next dude, whatever they doing, whatever they got going on. We in our own lane. Yeah, take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Whatever you don't like, if you need to work out, work out. You don't like your hair, grow it out. Your nails, whatever. Take care of yourself. Get you a little list and take yourself out. Don't wait on somebody else to do it. Live your life. Don't get in no trouble now. But goddamn, live your life. You want to go see a movie? Go see a movie. Don't worry about people gonna say, you want to wear that outfit? We got to keep it modest. Do you ladies? But wear that outfit. Walk. Love yourself. Nobody else is gonna do it for you like you will. And that's something we had to release. Other people's approval, their blessings, just being there for them and not doing half as much for ourselves. So like we said, upon coming back, oh yeah, we putting a whole change to that. So as we finish out this season of our podcast, both our podcasts, our radio show and our blog, it's gonna be some changes. And then next year it's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna keep growing. All that we always said, we're gonna keep doing this as long as we can. So we got a story to tell. We got things we have to say. We finna get very, very raw and uncut. Be real, all that. So our show is different from a lot of podcasts and radio shows we done seen. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We about to start hitting the pavement, probably do I guess business expos or something like that. We gotta make sure we get that correct. Business expos and start networking with people, doing the word of mouth, not just doing social media. It's been helping, but we got to, like we said, take this step further. So that stuff we're gonna be working on as well. Oh yeah, most definitely. We are not playing around. Tired. We can't even put in words of holding ourselves back, knowing what we got to offer, knowing what we need to be doing. We know this already. So how much longer we gonna keep playing? We just gonna keep, being stagnant, getting comfortable. We don't like being comfortable. What can we get to? How can we do more? And that's beginning. Shoot. So you guys, we're finna go ahead and take our first break and let this mouthpiece of ours rest for a minute. Play some music, and we will be back on the Queen Mimi podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. Alrighty, everybody, and just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. And now we've been talking about before we went to our first break, still shining and our light not leaving, and basically, just sharing our journey and everything we've been going through so far. So now we're going to talk about healing out loud, you being allowed to start over. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And while healing can be, a little messy, it can be a little journey, ups and downs, ins and outs. It can be hell and high water, but it can still be beautiful as well. So of course, everybody has their own definition of what healing out loud means. To us, that means, like we said in the first segment, we're not all the way out yet. We still going through things. We still got things we dealing with that we haven't completely healed from, but we still finna step out. Like we also said, share our story, keep doing what we doing, take it up a notch. Love ourselves from the inside out, let it show on the outside, pull out the best part of ourselves, speaking our truth without feeling any shame because we never have, but we were still holding back a little bit. So we won't be doing that anymore. Not waiting until we fully healed. Just said that to show up. I'm saying you don't have to be fully healed. There's no rules when it comes to that. You ain't all the way out yet, but you at the point where you ready to pop out, show everybody, hey, look, I'm still broken, but I'm still here. I'm still going through some things. I still cry. I still have my good days, my bad days, but I'm still here. It doesn't mean that you failed. Other people will do their best to project that bullcrap onto you. Do not believe it. Just because you're starting over don't mean you failing or you doing any less than the person next to you, behind you, in front of you, whatever the case may be. At least you know what, this won't work. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's start from scratch. Okay, what did I do wrong that time that I can do different this time? Okay, how can I fix this? And, go over here and write this down and do the math over here, whatever it is. Know what I'm saying? Choose yourself, but in a new way. Know what I'm saying? We always, ladies, y'all know, we always pouring to other people. We always helping them, being there for them. And we forget to do that same thing for ourselves. And we drain ourselves and we don't even realize it. So while you choosing them and you putting that same energy into that bad relationship, that toxic family member, that so-called best friend that's waiting to stab you in the back, them business people that, hey, promote me, help me, but ain't gonna do nothing for you. Yeah, you choosing all them. We did all four of them categories, so we know. We know. It never ends good. And then somewhere along the way, if you're anything like what we've been through, you become the bad guy and the villain. We understand, but our brain just be like, wow, we did everything. We wasn't perfect, but damn, it has something to do with them. Ain't got nothing to do with you. So while they moving on with their life, whatever it is, when it ends, they doing what they gotta do. They choosing themselves. They ain't healed. We can tell you by now, they ain't healed. At least you got the courage to do so. So they choosing their life as they should, going on with their life as they should, doing whatever as they should. You got the right to do that too. Even if you ain't ready to be in another relationship, start another business, go back to school, whatever you doing, you gotta take a break from it. Take a break. You ain't got to impress or prove nobody. It used to kill us. We watched these TV shows when we was growing up, and you know how you run into an old friend or an old ex or whatever, and they got this lavish lifestyle. They done got married and all that stuff, and you like, I gotta go find somebody to pretend to be my date. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to look like a fool in front of them. I don't want to. I don't want feel like I'm embarrassed. And we watching as a kid, like, why in the world? Even as a kid, we're like, why in the world would you be going through all that for somebody that ain't even gave you a second thought, and they going on with their life? Man, look, that's where we at, man. We ain't got it all together, but we doing all right. We doing pretty decent. Nobody got them pressure. Of course they gonna talk. No matter what What level you at in your life, people gonna talk. You can be at the top doing good, in the middle doing all right, or at the bottom of the barrel without a pot to piss in, people still gonna talk about you. That has nothing to do with you, it's them. They have no love for themselves, so how the hell you expect them to love you? That's a mistake we made in the past. And not just relationships, family, business, all that. Everybody wants you to be there for them and show up for them and do all that, but they are not gonna do that for you, and they know this already. They know this already. They play the game and act like they gonna help you out and do all this bull crap. They're not finna do that. Out of here. Out of here. So show up for yourself. Choose yourself. Reinvent yourself. Just like we said with us. Get on our workout. We're gonna keep saying that on the show. Get on our workout. Eating schedule. Eating certain things. The way we're gonna be dressing. The way we're gonna carry ourselves. Especially our mental. We gotta take care of that. And affirmations. Say positive things. You are worthy because you said so. You bad because you said so. You are the one because you said so. You are unique. You are chosen. Man, if y'all only knew. If y'all only knew. You are worthy because you said so. You define who you are, not them. Of course, they're going to have something to say. You define who you are. Set your boundaries. You got to reinvent your career, just like we said with our shows and everything we're doing. We had to reinvent it. We had to refine our joy, refine our peace. And it's actually a beautiful journey. It actually is, because you learn things about yourself that you didn't think you ever would. And you know what we're saying? And you find and you discover things like, dang, I can do this, or I could have been doing that, or X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and all this. Man, just like with our workout, like we've been starting back up, with our workout, stopping, whatever, procrastinating, putting it off, starting over, starting again, stopping, whatever. This time, like we said, the past couple weeks, we got real serious with it, and we seeing results. Like, man, I could have been. All right, okay, we've been playing a little bit too much. It's okay though. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? At least we learn. At least we learn. Ain't no shame in that. People do their best to make you feel all that shame because they don't want to, take a look at their little pathetic life and what little small stuff they doing. So they don't want you to be better than them. They don't want you to surpass them. They don't want what you want for your life. But who the hell cares what they want? Who cares? Are you helping? You helping with the cause? You helping with the plan? You supporting and motivating? No, you talking about me. You gossiping about me. You slack talk. You judging. You doubting. And that's our favorite. We love when people doubt us. And not that we have anything to prove, because we don't. But we know, especially when we go to Florida, 9 times out of 10, we're going to run into somebody from our past. And we want to make sure we are unrecognizable, especially as a sister captain. Boy, we can't wait. Oh, we can't wait. Not that we got anything to prove, because we don't. But boy, look at her. Lord's greatest, we can't wait. I don't even recognize you. You look unrecognizable. We know that was the plan. We ain't got nothing to prove to y'all, and we won't keep saying that over and over. We have nothing to prove, but we know that was the whole plan. Because if you see us again, my boy, sis, and we still look the same, what the hell have we been doing? You know what we're saying? What we been doing? Nothing. We ain't lying nothing. We ain't grown. We ain't evolved. So yeah, make sure that's for you. That's why we love everything we're doing this time around, because we're doing it for us. No approval, no blessing, no applause. Ain't nobody ever got to say nothing. And even if we run into these people and they don't say nothing, this is for us. Even with our music, we producing it and we writing it this time around. And we can't wait for y'all to hear. We're gonna be playing on that show. We absolutely cannot wait for y'all to hear, because it's gonna be coming from the new version of us, what we done learned, what we done been through, and we producing thanks to our husband, because he showed us that as well. Man, we can't wait. We can't wait for everybody to hear. We are so excited. But yeah, set them boundaries. That's an important thing. People draining you and using you and all that, they ain't gonna like it. We got people talking about us right now. because we set boundaries. We are a bad mother. We was a bad woman. We crazy. We psycho. We did all this to them. Of course, they ain't gonna say what they did, but it's all good because the truth gonna come out. Payback is a B and karma don't miss. That's another saying we done developed over the past couple months too. Let go of what they did. Let them. Let it go. They're not worth it. They showed you how they felt about you. They showed you what they thought. Now it's your turn to reciprocate. And of course they're gonna turn pussified. Of course they are. Because they're weak. They have no knowledge, limited knowledge, and they think you know what? They doing the damn thing. Wrong. Wrong. But don't be afraid to start over. That's something along the lines of what we felt like we did. We had to start over, or at least revamp a lot of things we was doing. Let a lot of people go, start over with taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves and all that. It don't mean you failed. Choose you. We cannot say that enough. Ladies, gentlemen, whoever listening, choose you. There's nothing wrong with that. People got a problem with it. They ain't your people. Let's just be real about it. They're not your people, because people that care about you wouldn't even do that. We the type person, we want to see people be good, whether or not we in your life. We are not no hater, because it's room for everybody to grow, do whatever they got to do. We ain't got to talk or nothing like that. You do your thing. We're not a hater like that. Do you. Whatever's gonna make you happy. So all that good stuff. And like we said, healing can be messy. You ain't gonna look good while you're healing. That's why a lot of people, they go into their little hibernation stage, if you will, and get themselves together. Just like, perfect example. You've been with somebody, y'all get married, blah, blah, blah. Y'all have a couple kids, Life, life's woman starts gaining weight, blah, blah, blah. Husband go cheat on her because she got fat from you putting babies in her. And her body changes. We don't have 4 kids, so we know. So it's not like it's something she asked for. She ain't got time to exercise or take care of herself because she running after you, running after y'all 2, 3 kids while you out working, doing God knows what and God knows who. Then you find out he doing God knows who. He leave you for that thing and he found better. You go into hibernation. Take care of yourself. Lose that weight. Then by the time y'all go so-called divorce court, however you want to put it, he looking at you like, oh, wow, I did not think you was. I know you didn't. Because you just saw who I was at that point in time. You didn't see the outcome. You didn't even think I was going to be capable of doing it. You went on and found better. And we know when people do that, it never works. So, like we said, not that you have anything to prove, but you just like, oh, that's the reason why you stopped messing with me? That's because I did XYZ, or I gained weight, or I'm too much. If somebody ever tells you too much for them, they're right. And that means they too weak to handle you. Yeah. Just a little side note. But yeah, it's not pretty, no matter what you're going through. Well, somebody putting their hands on you, they talking about you, they throw you out on the street, they leave you for dead and be mad when you don't die. They see you again, you back stronger, more fierce, more powerful, better than ever. Ha ha. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you doing all this for you. But in the beginning, you feel like you got hit by a bus, a train, a car, a motorcycle, airplane, whatever you can think of. Your hand looking good, your nails ain't looking good, your outfit ain't good. Make sure you still washing your behind. No, that's the only excuse. I don't care how depressed you get. Make sure you still washing your behind. Okay? But you in your house, binge watching TV shows and romance novels and all this stuff, crying, falling out on the floor, angry, pissed off, a little bitter, rightfully so. And you just going through it. Ladies, gentlemen, this year we all done been there. We know we have, especially this year. But during that transition, everybody's different. Some people take 2 weeks, some people take 2 months, some people take 2 years. Everybody's different. Nobody has right to tell you how long your healing process is. And as long as you ain't holding no grudge, no resentment, take your time. You ain't in no hurry. Trust us, this world ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. We can promise you that. Take your time and do what you need to do. Whatever you got to work on, like we said, and we're going to keep saying, you got to lose weight, go back to school, get you a better job, a better house, a better car. If you anything like us, like we know a lot of single people out there, they choose to be single for a while. Somebody, they get back into a relationship. To each his own. We would suggest you stay single because it's a reason why all them relationships fail. And that's something that we already talked about with our husband. If he was to wind up single, we gonna be by ourselves for a while because we see what's out here now. Boy, look at him. We love. Don't get us wrong, but we see what's out here now, especially with Islam waking us up. Boy, look at here. We're gonna be with our husband and we're gonna be by ourselves for a minute. And that might be the perfect time to really finish getting ourselves together. And we speaking hypothetically, of course. But yeah, take that time. This world ain't going nowhere. The social media ain't going nowhere. Whatever you got going on, make sure you and your kids good, of course. You know what I'm saying? Don't make sure y'all wind up on the streets or whatever. You gotta stay yourself. You gotta go to work. Stay yourself. Do what you got to do. This is your journey. This is your process. Same thing with us. We always say the podcast ain't going nowhere. The music ain't going nowhere. Modeling, whatever you got, it ain't going nowhere. The social media ain't going nowhere. Take your time. And we didn't really rush. It could have been 3 months before we came back. But now we felt like, okay, it's time to come back. You've been hiding, you've been betting, and investing in yourself. It's time to come back. And no, we not even fully healed. We still got things going on, and we ain't gonna lie. That's why we ain't on camera. We'll be back on camera soon, but that's why we ain't on camera now. We're not really ready to be on camera yet. A couple of our platforms we have, I think, well, YouTube. We can go on like Twitch and stuff too, and we'll give y'all social media later. We can go on there too, but we're not ready yet, and that's okay. At least we back doing something. Whatever it is, like we said, we're not here to impress nobody. We're here to reach the right people. That's the most important thing, and help in the smallest way possible. That's what we're doing. You go with the back and forth, like we said with our workout, we were starting, then we stopped. We were starting, then we stopped. Even with your emotions, one day you're gonna feel like you're on top of the world. Next day you're gonna feel like I don't want to be bothered by nobody. You're gonna be like, yeah, I got this, let's go. And the next minute you're gonna be like, look, I'm not in the mood today. I'm just not feeling it. And nothing really has to happen. Everybody had them days. But regardless of what day you have, pull out the best part of yourself. You're not broken. This world will trick you, and we do mean trick you into thinking you're broken because you're going through something. I'm just going through something right now. I'm not broken. I'm still breathing. I still got a pulse. I still got breath in my body. I woke up this morning. I ain't broke. What you mean? We're a little down and out right now, but we're gonna be all right. Oh, please believe that. We're coming back stronger. That's the same thing we told ourselves. We're gonna come back stronger. Oh, we can't wait. If we could see what Allah had in store for us, boy, look at here. We can't wait to see what the end result is gonna be with everything we got going on. We absolutely cannot see. Even when we ain't gonna say if, when you feel like you a hot mess, you still moving. It just means that you're moving in the right direction. We be so hard on ourselves, and we did the same thing when we going through stuff. Like we got to have all the answers and we got to have everything figured out. Bull, that's bull crap. You don't have to have it figured out. That's why you're going through what you're going through, because you thought you did, just like we did, and it blew up in your face. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the same thing we said. I thought I had this relationship figured out. I thought I had this man figured out. My family, friends, business, all that. Even religion. We thought we had it all figured out. Wrong. And we saying this about ourselves too. Wrong. We had it wrong. And you know what? We ain't even offended. Because at least we in the right, heading on the right direction. We in the right direction. We head on the right direction. We going in the right direction. That's the important thing. So embrace the chaos. Embrace all the craziness, the ups and downs, the back and forth, but just go in the right direction. Don't look in your past. You can't do a damn thing about it now. You absolutely cannot. Let it go. Whoever did you dirty, whoever did you wrong, please believe they're going to get what's coming to them. Like we said, payback is a B and karma don't miss. So please believe they're going to get what's coming to them. It look good. It look good. but they ain't came yet. And we know, like I want them to suffer now. I want them to feel what I felt now. I want them to go through it now. We know. We said the same thing. We don't have them thoughts, but trust us. When, ain't no if, when it gets to them, it's gonna be. We can't even put a number on it. It's gonna be worse than what they did to you, and it's gonna be even worse than what you could have done to them. And the fact that you didn't fire back, that you grew and you matured enough to be like, you know what, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you think whatever you want to think. You gotta get to the I don't care what y'all think no more and the let them theory. Let them talk. Let them judge you. Let them doubt you. Let them turn their back. Let them think they found better. Let them think they doing better. Let them. Because remember, you can't control other people. You can't. You can only control that one person you look at in the mirror. The one person you spend time with yourself 24/7. Other than your spouse or your kids, you're the only person that you spend time with 24/7. So, I mean, why lie to yourself? Why keep selling yourself short? Why keep doubting yourself? Everybody already doing that around you as it is. And this stuff, what we've been telling ourselves, what we've been going through. Everybody already doing that as it is. They think you're the villain. They want to paint you as the bad guy. Shoot. Um, all these movies that we done seen with the villain, I don't care if it's a cartoon or if it's like a real life movie. Didn't the villain look good? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they dress up and they was A1? Then my man Scarface said best say goodnight to the bad guy. When's the last time you seen a bad guy look this good? So that hit us like, okay, so they think we're a villain, they think we're the bad guy, we're a deadbeat, and we ain't gonna bounce back, and we're gonna keep going through. Okay, let's upgrade a little bit, shall we? Let's look a little better, shall we? And we not husbands be like, baby, you be ordering a lot of stuff. And he make his little jokes. Like we said, we joke back and forth. But we think he understands why we doing this. Of course, we have to have clothes, number one. And number two, yeah, we like looking good. We like feeling good. We made it like said this hair of ours. We had to get disciplined with that because we are not good at doing hair. We are not, y'all. We ain't ashamed to say it. We are not. But we need to start getting this braided because we always wanted to have long hair. And now we know we can have long natural nails. We working on that as well. Okay. So we the bad guy, we the villain or whatever. Let's go. We about to look good. And it's for us. It's for us. We cannot say that enough, and we push you. We're gonna say it again. It's for us. No approval, no blessing needed. Healing, it can be messy, but when you come out of it, and when you find yourself, sis, don't let her go no more. That's what we told ourselves. When you get there, wherever Allah takes you, wherever you need to be, won't you lose her again? Even if you got to cut everybody off, I don't care. And this is us. We was talking to ourselves. We're talking to y'all too. When you find her and you realize and remember who the hell you are, who you belong to, don't you lose her no more. I don't care what you go through. And you still gonna go through things. But now you're gonna be healed and a lot strong and you can face all that and be better. You ain't got to run and hide no more. You can use it as material, just like we do. Take your pain, take your purpose, take whatever you've gone through. Use it as material. Use it in a constructive way, in a positive way. Don't use it as revenge. Don't use it as no get back towards somebody else because that won't make you any better than them. You stooping down their level now and you're giving them exactly what they want. A reaction. And one thing we've learned, silence is the best one. People can't stand silence. They love when you argue back and forth with them and you got something to say all the time. They love that. Give them silence. They don't deserve your reaction. They don't even deserve your forgiveness. Don't forget what they did. And some people choose to forgive. Some people do. Some people don't. But they still know how to let go. But don't ever forget. Keep that in the back of your mind so you don't fall for that trap. And you know what we're saying? Yes, we know as well, baby. And so you don't fall for that trap. You don't get tricked again. And you don't get caught up no more. So hold on to all that. And most importantly, Forgive yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. Forgive yourself. Do that, please. You owe that much to yourself because you didn't know. Nobody told you. How would they when they ain't had the truth? You know what I'm saying? Forgive yourself for what you didn't know. Forgive yourself for ignoring all the red flags because we all done did it. We've been there. We know we've been there. Forgive yourself for not loving yourself, for not taking care of yourself, for not pulling out the best part of yourself. And we can go on all day. But for putting everybody else first, for allowing people to drain you, for the negative thoughts you put in your head, for procrastinating, for starting, then stopping, starting, then stopping. We can go on and on. But forgive yourself for whatever you need to forgive yourself for. Okay? Let it go. You didn't know. So don't beat yourself up about it and stop being mean to yourself. That's one thing we was doing. Stop being mean to yourself. You didn't know. It's okay. You didn't know. Now that you do, what we gonna do? Do better. That's the only thing you can do. Or you can sit around and self-pity and feel sorry for yourself, man. You cry yourself to sleep every night. Fake it till you make it, hell. Whatever you got to do. Fake it till you make it. Shoot. That's what we gonna do. And we're not even really faking it, but like we said, we're not all the way healed yet, and that's fine. You know what we're saying? But at least we on the path. We on a whole different one. And that's one of the things we can say we proud of ourselves for doing. Shoot. We always feel like we gotta be productive and doing something. I think we said this earlier. We gotta be productive and doing something and be popular and viral and social and all that stuff. Man, do what the hell you love. All that's gonna come. Be yourself, be authentic, all that's gonna come. And if you got to take a break, take a break. Even what we do with DoorDash, we'll work a couple days and take a break. We don't care what day of the week it is. Y'all can wait. DoorDash can wait. As long as we got bills and stuff, we ain't behind on nothing. The world can wait, baby. Ain't going nowhere. It's still spinning. And if you was to leave this earth today, it's still gonna be spinning with or without you here. So take that break. You ain't gotta be productive all the time, and it don't mean you're being damn lazy. It does not mean that. You just gotta take you a little break. That's all. Even if you busy during the day and you're able to take a little nap, get you a little 2 3 hour little power nap in, get back at it. The world ain't going nowhere. Don't put that all that on your shoulders, because we can tell you it's gonna stress you out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Going through guilt, feeling like you got to be productive, like we just said, in survival mode. You're not in your, there's something we've been seeing on TikTok, your soft girl era, where you can just be more feminine and, be relaxed and chilled and laid back. You don't get a chance to do that. You forget you're human. And we all are when it comes down to it. We all are human beings. Nobody is perfect. Nobody has it all together. I don't care what you see on social media. Nobody has it all together. You know what we're saying? They just perpetrating and making it look good. They don't. Otherwise, they wouldn't still be on social media. I'm saying we're just putting that out there. So rest. Forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? Loving yourself for needing less, not more. Appreciate what you have, and you will get more. Be grateful, be happy. Just like we said, we in a situation right now, but at least we ain't on the streets. At least we ain't sleeping in no car. We ain't really struggling. We ain't hurting for no money. We got a roof over our head. We got a bed to lay in. We can take a shower, brush our teeth, eat, watch TV. We got Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? We still blessed. It's not always about material things and money. And we're not saying don't get them things and enjoy it. But just remember, when you leave this earth, that's not coming with you. So you gotta learn what a lot of people still haven't learned for some damn reason. We don't know why, but I don't care how much you pay for something, where you got it from, who gave it to you, whatever. When you leave here, we all gonna leave here at some point. It's not coming with you. Enjoy it while you're here, by all means, of course. But stay humble. Oh my God. Stay humble. Don't think you better than nobody. Material things, money, it does not make you better than anybody. Your character, how you treat people, how you show up for other people, that shows who you are. Oh my God. So it's not really about having less or more. It's just about appreciating what you have. Okay. It's not that hard. It's really not. We make this life and this journey a lot harder than what it needs to be. Like real talk. And it's just really about being happy. You know what we're saying? Having the right religion, the right diet, the right people around you. Even if you by yourself, you really ain't by yourself. We can't really get into that like we want. We're gonna do that in December, but you're really not by yourself. You're really not. You're really not. But yeah, that's just a little somewhat we've been dealing with and going through, pulling ourselves back out. All them good things, and we're still gonna be talking about it on our show, as we continue on. So of course, this ain't gonna be the only episode, of course. But yeah, we here. That's it. We got many layers to us, a lot of things going on, but we still gonna get out here and show up and just be proud of ourselves when it comes down to it. So that's what it's about. It's not about impressing nobody or keeping up with the Joneses, as everybody wanna trick you into thinking. You know what I'm saying? Competing, and you want to unalive somebody because they got something you ain't got. That makes no sense. We might be tripping, but that makes no sense to us at all. Okay. But yeah, all that good stuff. So we're gonna take our last break, you guys. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about who we are becoming, reflecting on our future, and little tidbit things like that. And then of course give you guys all our social media. We can check out our Queen Mimi podcast and our other shows as well. Follow us, like, subscribe, share, all them good things. So we're going to take our last break, you guys, and we will be back on the Queen Mimi podcast for another episode of our Sunny Positivity Talk. reality, everybody. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. And real quick, we're just going to talk about, who we becoming and reflecting on our future. We're going to give you guys our social media and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, who we are becoming as we heal. We've said this on the show 100 times. We are a follower of Master Father Muhammad, whom we praise forever, which will be Allah in the flesh. We are a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We are a sister captain. Our husband is a brother minister. So we already know that area. We are becoming, along with all that being said, the best version, of ourselves. We are still finding and discovering things, that's gonna make us happy, who we really want to be, where we want to be, how we want to move, and we just want to honestly overall be a better person. We said this 100 times, and everything we say we're gonna say 100 times. We will never, ever, 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 ever be perfect, but with the people we've grown up around and the examples we've had so far, we don't want to wind up anything like that. And that's no shot. That's no disrespect. We just want to be better. We just want to be something different, and that's who we're becoming. A more powerful artist as far as spoken word. We brand ourselves, as a model. Um, Continue on with our shows, both our podcast, our radio show, and our blog, and go and evolve with that. We writing another book. We already have one. It's on Amazon now. And we writing our second book, about our life. Writing all new music that's gonna really represent where we are at this point in our life and what we're gonna do, just being brand new, getting rid of that old version of us and stepping into the new. And we absolutely love this new version that we're becoming. That other version of us, the old Lashika, was so ghetto and ratchet and weak and without knowledge and thought she was doing the damn thing. Absolutely not. Didn't have all the answers, was the people pleaser, went through her 20s and 30s raising her kids, pointing at everybody else, going through abuse, going through homelessness, everybody turning their back, treating us like we was the villain, the bad guy. And like we said, we weren't perfect, but we was there. We was there for everybody. And we got treated like garbage, like we was gum under their shoe. And no, it ain't right. Like we said earlier, we want them to get that get back. And don't worry, they will. Because we didn't know. But Allah was watching and still is. So, we working on all that healing and like we said, forgiving ourselves. And we have. We didn't know better. We didn't have the knowledge we have now. We didn't have the peace and the clarity that we have now, even over these past 2 months. You know what we're saying? We thought we lost our light and it was so wrong for us to start over and, revamp and, refresh everything that we doing. And we thought we was really like down and out. We was really going through it. We said this before, like we was really on the verge of quitting. Everything like our music, podcast, radio, all that. Because like we said, we wanted to be recognized and seen so bad. But like we said, we missed the mark with that. And we had our love for everything that we do. Without anything, and people. Everything we want to reach the people. And when you're doing that, a lot of times you're not going to be popular and go viral because you're not spreading controversy. But that's not something that we do. We still shining. We still here. That uniqueness, that raw, that light, us starting over, beginning again, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what we're saying? We want to be the person, and we are, that helps, that wants to step up and be a leader and show everybody how this is supposed to be done, especially our sisters out there. speak our voice, not hold ourselves back. That little percentage was holding ourselves back. Speak up. When we step out this door, no matter what we wear, we feel beautiful, we feel elegant, we feel powerful, we feel fierce, even on the days we don't. Walk with your head up like you are the Asiatic original black queen that you are. And we are. Because our Father said so, our messenger said so, and we say so. No approval, no blessing, no applause needed. People that don't like it, you can stay wherever you at and get the hell out of our way. That's just the beginning of who we want to be. We have so many things, there's so many businesses we want to start, business ventures that we want to do, and we're going to get to. We got to work on some things. You know what I'm saying? We're working on every area of our life right now. We're going to get to a certain level. Then we get to that level. We're going to get a list together then and get started. But we are, and we want to be, and we're becoming the best version, however you want to put it, of ourselves that we can possibly be. And there is no limit on that, especially under Islam. There's no limit on that. So we can stop wherever we feel like or wherever we're comfortable. But what is the fun in that? None. Ain't no fun at all. So, you allowed to begin, start over. It's like we had to tell ourselves, you needed to take this time. You needed to start over again, refresh, restart as many times as you need to. We are the author of our own story. We are and will always be our greatest project. So we got to make sure we A1, won't be perfect. Can I say that enough? Got to make sure we A1 and we on top of things at all times. Take a break when we need. Take some time to ourselves. Make sure we speaking positive and speaking life into ourselves on a daily basis. Get rid of them negative thoughts. We can be better. And we've been holding ourselves back majority of our life and allowing people to hold us back. And they're going to get payments for that too. But they shouldn't have did that. But, we're becoming, as we heal, a lot stronger, a lot wiser, more free, more silly, more look, F everybody. We don't care what you think. We getting on a more let them theory, letting go of our past. And we're not really the forgiving type person. We're just being honest, but we are not holding a grudge at the same time. We let go. It's done. It's over with. Allah forgave us for it. So what we still doing? They're going to get what's coming to them. And we have them thoughts sometimes, like, I want it now. Why can't it be right now? It ain't time. And if we're lucky, we'll get to watch or at least hear about it. So, we don't hold no grudge. We don't forget. Oh, yeah. But we're not finna forgive a whole grown adult that knew what they were doing. Now, if it was something accidental, something you didn't mean to do on purpose, we cool. But everybody knew what they was doing to us. They thought it was going to break us, even this year. Even this year. They thought it was going to break us. We was going to fall down, come running back, give up. We don't know how to give up. Unless it's like absolutely necessary, we just do not know how to give up. We don't. It ain't in us. And we're going to keep going. We got to keep figuring it out. We got to keep revamping and starting over, whatever, till we get to where we need to be. Let's go. We're going to enjoy this ride. Like we said, we're approaching 40. We're going to be 40 years old in a couple weeks. It's going to be here before we know it. So we got to get things together. We got stuff to do. And we want to make these years the best. We learned a lot since we was a child, actually. Going into our teenage years, you know what I'm saying? Our 20s, our 30s. We've learned a lot. We started a lot. We've been through a lot. We've seen a lot. We've traveled a lot. We've done a lot, in our own right. And now it's time to take all that and let's do better in our 40s. And we can't wait. We don't even know what we're going to do yet. But we really feel like just relaxing and doing one thing we haven't done since we were 16 years old. Take like a week or so off and just chill and do nothing. We know people had these big 40 and 50 birthday parties, and we want to do that too, but that was when we was dead and deaf, dumb, and blind. We don't need a bunch of people around us to celebrate a milestone in our life. We just don't. And people probably like, well, what you mean? What why not? It's our birthday. You know what we're saying? And we can just enjoy it. Enjoy the peace, enjoy the quiet, and just give thanks to Allah. Because a lot of people don't even make it to that age for various reasons. So that's what we really leaning towards. We never really plan on doing anything big because that costs a whole bunch of money. And we ain't doing all that. But yeah, we're going to be talking about this throughout all of our shows, throughout all of our seasons, still sharing our journey, our path, our healing, all that. Everything that we got going on. You guys are going to hear a whole another level of us. And we just tired of holding ourselves back and not being the woman and that power, that fears, that confidence that we know we can be. So we got to work on it. We got that vision in our head. We have never been able to let it go. But it's okay. It's for a reason. And that's who we need to become. Her. Step out as her. Show up as her. Just be her. Unapologetically. We don't owe anybody nothing. Nobody. And that's nothing personal, no shot, but that's the truth. That's it, that's all. Okay. So we're gonna wrap up for today, you guys, and we said we're gonna give you guys all our social media, play some more music, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. First and foremost, of course, you can catch the Queen Mimi podcast this and every Sunday live 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, you guys, talking about positivity, motivation, resilience. We talking about our significant challenges. Talking about topics like mental health, domestic violence awareness, and of course, one of our favorites, personal growth. Heartfelt conversations. And when we do have a guest on, sharing our stories of struggle and strength, offering our thoughts and insights and inspiration. So we hope you join us, you guys. We go live on our LinkedIn, our YouTube, and our Twitch, which we about to give y'all all that social media as well. Bingo. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, you guys, for those that have not already. And we're gonna put this fly up on our page to our YouTube, the Queen Mimi Podcast. We will subscribe back to yours as well. You can follow us over on LinkedIn, Queen Mimi, Twitch, Queen Candy 85, TikTok. I guess today get rid of that. We don't even know. Queen Mimi Podcast, Clubhouse, Queen Mimi 77, and over on Red Note. And we got to figure out how we're gonna maximize that app. Queen Mimi. So y'all can go over there and follow us on our platforms as well. And of course, last but not least, like we said, we live stream over on Twitch as well. Queen Mimi Podcast, radio show. We're talking real topics. Queen Mimi blog. Each and every show we are live 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Sunday, Queen Mimi Podcast. Tuesday, Queen Mimi Radio Show. Thursday, we're talking real topics. And Friday, of course, Queen Mimi Blog. Same vibe, same flavor, positivity, motivations, personal stories, and journeys. And of course, all of our wonderful, wonderful life lessons that we learn, which we excited because we're still going to be learning more. We're still going to be learning more, you guys. So we cannot wait and see what's going to be in store for us. We are back, you guys. Not fully healed, but it's all good. We will be. And we're going to keep going and keep doing what we got to do until we get there. Believe in ourselves, and y'all do the same. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do or who you should be. Get on the right path. Ladies, y'all ever have any questions, anything, we got you. Fellas, same flavor. We'll direct you over to our husband. Like we said, that's what it's about. That's what we're here for. And we're here for the journey. And we hope you guys come along with us because everybody's welcome. And even if you don't come right away, you come later on down the line, still welcome. So everybody come on over. We got this, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up for today. Thank you to everybody for joining us. I don't know if you're still on here, babe, but you was coming in, commenting as well. We're finna go ahead and play our last track, and then we gotta get out here and get to work. Cause like we said, we got stuff to do. And we will talk to you guys Tuesday on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. Thank you to everybody again, and everybody have a good day. And y'all stay safe out there.